They're not learning to think. They're learning to be entertained. It's got to affect them somehow. Go out and consider the heavens. According to the book, I think it's Ackerman's book. Is this the one? No, Donald DeYoung's book, Astronomy in the Bible, which I've got in my office. He said it's been estimated there are enough stars that every person on Earth could own 2 trillion of them. Just since part of the course is for Eric's edification here, if you want to learn how to count to big numbers, did we do this before? Million is the number 1,000 with one set of zeros after it. Billion, Latin word bi for 2, has 2 sets of zeros. Mono, million, bi, billion, trillion would be the number 1,000 with 3 sets of zeros. Mono, bi, tri, what would come next? Quad. A quadrillion has 4 sets of zeros. Then, quint. If a woman has 5 babies, she has quintuplets. So a quintillion would be 5 sets of zeros. That's 15 plus the original 3, 18 zeros. Latin for 6 is sex. A sextillion is 6 sets of zeros. And then sept, S-E-P-T, for 7. Oct for 8. Nov, N-O-V. Sept, oct, nov. Guess what's next? September, October, November, December. Used to be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month. And then Julius Caesar decided, I want a month named after me, so he made up July. And Augustus Caesar said, well, I want one for me too, so he made up August, and so that shifted everything down. So September, means 7, is the 9th month. Figure that out. October is the 10th month, but that's how they got the names. But just so you know, a trillion is a lot. If you started counting as fast as you could count, you probably couldn't count to a trillion in your lifetime. 2 trillion stars apiece. That's a lot of real estate we can have. And here people fight over just a few square feet down here, you know. There's plenty coming. Job chapter 12 said, speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee. What can the earth teach us? How old is the earth? The earth is like a big magnet. Now here's where the inverse square law would apply. The strength of 2 magnets, the force of attraction, is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Which is why when you deal with electronics, computers, something like that, if you set a computer right on top of a TV, this could be bad because the TV has a giant magnet at the back that is used to direct the stream that's going across your screen. Stereo systems, any speakers have a big magnet in them. If you get a computer too close to a magnet, you create a problem. But if you double the distance, it's only 1/4 of the problem. So distance is the secret with magnets, or shielding, which they have to forget all that. Anyway, the Earth's magnetic field is getting weaker. Now, since a guy named Gauss, G-A-U-S or G-A-U-S-S, I taught science, not English, but Gauss began measuring the strength of the Earth's magnetic field. How strong is the magnetic field of the Earth? They've noticed since he started doing that, in the last 150 years, the Earth's magnetic field has lost 6% of its strength. If we have lost 6% of our strength in 150 years, the theory is that probably the decline in strength will follow what's called a logarithmic digression instead of a linear digression. Let me show you the difference here, what that means. If you go backwards in time, this would be linear, meaning a straight line. If it goes logarithmic, it may be like this. And without getting into all algebra and geometry and trigonometry behind this, these are called 2 different progressions. For instance, if you doubled the amount of money in the bank every year, or every day, or every month, or whatever, there's the story told about the guy who's told his friend, he said, I will give you $100,000 a day for 30 days. If you will give me a penny the first day and double it for 30 days. Double it every day for 30 days. If I made you offer 1 or offer 2, which one would you take? Offer 2. You get a lot more money. Now, for the first 20-some days, this guy racks up the dough, man. After about 20 or 22 or 24 days, somewhere in there, it starts to really eat him up, and all of a sudden he loses it all in a hurry. This would be a logarithmic or a geometric progression. Malthus was all upset because he thought that the population would increase geometrically and the food supply could only increase arithmetically or linear. Now, he's wrong, but that's what he thought. And that's what got Darwin all upset, saying, well, if there's more people born than can survive,